মেশিনটা হচ্ছে প্রবলেম আছে মানে বুঝে মিলে চেষ্টা করলাম হলো না। Good morning, all the participants for the faculty development program of five days. Now, the session will be started by the lecture of Dr. Sunipa Roy. Dr. Sunipa Roy received her PhD degree from Jadavpur University in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Department. She is presently serving as Dean, Research and Development at Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Paniati, Kolkata, India. Her current research interest includes nanomaterials and gas sensors, graphene. She has more than 100 publications in high impact factor journal and conferences. She authored many books for international publishers. Dr. Sunipa Rai is the senior member of IEEE and regular reviewer of IEEE journals and published several patents. Presently, she is acting as a secretary IEEE CAS Kolkata section and IEEE student branch counselor of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. She is supervising several PhD theses. Now, I request you to Dr. Sunipa Roy to deliver her lecture. It is.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Now I am requesting my Dr. Sunipa Roy to deliver a lecture.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Am I
Yes,
audible?
madam. Yes, madam. Audible.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam. Audible.
Hello.
Madam, you are audible.
Hello.
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 Yes, madam. You are audible, madam.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello, madam. Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible.
Oh. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
No noise?
No noise.
Oh, acha, acha.
Now I am requesting Dr. Sunipa Roy to deliver a lecture. Thank you, madam.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, madam. This is visible.
Okay, very good. Shall I start, sir? Shall I start?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
madam.
no. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. Not afternoon. It is yet to be afternoon. So I am starting my session. My topic is research metrics. So this is the flow of journal metrics. I have just made a summary that is through which the research or journal metrics is being counted. That is Google Scholar, Web of Science, and Scopus. All of you are aware about it. So Google Scholar Metrics, to create, it needs Google Scholar Metrics, and it is ranked by H5 median and H5 index. That is some different thing. We are not familiar with this H5 median and H5 index. And we are much more familiar with Web of Science and Scopus. So Web of Science, to create the Web of Science metrics, it requires journal citation report. We are very much comfortable with the term JCR. And these JCR ranked by eigenfactor matrix and impact factor. And this eigenfactor matrix is available from eigenfactor.org website. And the last is Scopus. To create the Scopus matrix, it should be ranked through SJR, then SNIP, site score. All I will discuss in my later. Sorry, there is a network issue. So next is what are research metrics? Actually, research metrics are quantitative tools by which we can assess the quality and the impact of the research output. And for a long time, the only tool for assessing journal performance was impact factor. But nowadays, other than impact factor, there are so many research metrics that I will discuss here. One matrix actually identifies one part of the research aspect, not all part of the research aspect. Impact factor only identifies one part of the research aspect. Might be some very good journal, might be impact factor is very low, and some average journal might be impact factor is very high. Impact factor is very high, not necessarily it reflects that the journal is a super quality journal. Many IEEE journals are having nearly 3-4 impact factor, while other are having 7-8 impact factor. So it depends. A particular aspect is being taken into consideration, and then this matrix system has been developed. So keep reading for a more in-depth look at the range of different metrics available. So why we need research metrics? That is, get published in a good journal, and obviously it reflects, it helps in promotion, grant funding, and impact of individuals' research are also being covered through these research metrics. These research metrics counts publication of an individual, also citation count, that is total number of citation count, total number of citation count in particular time span, total number of citation per paper. Actually, someone is asking to join. I think there is a coordinator. If he could help me, he or she could help me by admitting the participants. Total number of citation per paper and number of papers cited more than n times, and the number of citation to the n more cited paper. So gradually we will see how it is working. So how to identify the right metrics for your journal? First of all, who is your target audience? And next is, what are you trying to achieve? Next is, what subject area are you working in? So who is your target audience? If your journal is for a purely academic audience, then traditional citation metrics like impact factor are more relevant. Somewhere it might not be academic audience, might be medical practitioner, might be some entrepreneurs. Then always impact factor metrics is not always applicable. And what are you trying to achieve? If your objective is to publish more high quality, high impact authors, consider analyzing the H index of authors in recent volume to assess whether you are achieving this. If your aim is to raise the journal's profile within the wider community, it makes sense to consider all metrics in your analysis. These are the objectives of an individual, that what I am trying to do. What subject area are you working in? That is very, very important, particularly at present, the medical or biomedical, biosensor line. So subject area is also a crucial factor. How to interpret research metrics? There are so many WH words. That is how, what, why, how. Who is reading the journal? Where are they based? What is their role? How are they assessing it? Who are the key authors in your subject area? Where are they publishing now? How are users responding to your content? How is your subject area developing? Why was a specific article successful? So these all depends on research metrics. So the newcomers, I mean, those who are joining to PhD program, those are actually doing their research based on this research metrics. That is the topic, the coverage, the booming, the emergence topic, that all are being taken care of while selecting a topic for a research. So next we will learn some terminology. That is, what is a citation, what is impact factor, what is, how to calculate it, what is H index, I-10 index, etc., etc. We will learn. So what is citation? A citation is the way you read certain materials in the work come from other sources. So you have to put other references in the bracket. A citation is a reference to a published or unpublished source that you consulted and obtained information from while writing your research paper. This citation is very, very crucial. If you take some topic from other journal, that is not always, hamper you in any way. If you put the citation properly, then you can take some portion or some text from other journals, some equations from other journals. There is no harm. You have to put the citation in bracket carefully. Otherwise, there might be plagiarism issue. So this is the Google Scholar platform, where if you go to googlescholar.com and you put the particular topic of your interest, then you will find the lots of journals are coming, published journals or published papers will appear in this Google Scholar report, and here you will find the number of citations, that is cited, how many researchers. This you will find in the left side of the page, web page. Cite score is the number of citations received by a journal in 1 year to documents published in the 3 previous years, divided by the number of documents indexed in Scopus published in those same 3 years. So this is another metric for measuring journal impact in Scopus. And this site score tracker actually provides the current review of how a journal is performing during the course of the year. It is updated every month. So it is, a short duration project, 3 years only involved in this site score. If it is 4 years, 5 years prior to this stage, then this will not be considered. So what is the formula of calculating site score? If we calculate the site score for a journal in the year 2018, the calculation will be like this: 15, 16, 17, 2015, 2016, 2017, that I have already mentioned, the previous 3 years, divided by number of all items published in 2015 to 2017. So total number of citation in the stipulated period of time by number of all items published in the stipulated period of time. In this way, if you could see that in any journal, say the number of total citation, all the papers citation is 1,14,639, and the all items published in this tenure is 7860, then divide it, you will get 14.59, sorry, and this is your site score. So this is the way how site score is calculated. And site score includes all document types indexed in Scopus, that is articles, reviews, lecture notes, etc., editorials, conference papers, all are been considered. Next is impact factor. Impact factor actually invented by Eugene Garfield, the founder of the Institute of Scientific Information. And it was started in 1975. And how to calculate the impact factor, you will find it. It is basically the measure of frequency with which the average article in a journal has been cited in a particular year. There is also a stipulated period of time. That's why you will find that 5 years impact factor present impact factor in this way you will find in any good journal. So journal impact factors are found in journal citation report, and JCR is nothing but the unique database which is used to determine the importance of journals within their subject category. And this JCR, is actually measures the quality of the journal. And this JCR is calculated, this database is being prepared by the number of citations received by the journal from other journals within the database. And 5 things to know about impact factor, that is, not all journals have impact factors. They must be indexed in database like Web of Science to have an impact factor. A journal has only one impact factor, but it may be listed in more than one category. More than one category, money, you will find SNIP, you will find SJR, Scimago journal ranking, source normalized impact factor. Different categories are there. Mostly we follow the IF, that is impact factor of a journal. The journal impact factor should not be looked at in isolation, but in comparison to other journals in the same category. And impact factor vary across disciplines. Somewhere we will find very good journal having impact factor 5, 6. Somewhere in some categories or discipline, you will find very good journals having impact factor 40, 50. So though the journals category
Sorry,
that is
ma'am.
having 5. Yes, hello.
Ma'am, your skin is not visible. Please check.
can see the share option. Just a moment. Sorry. Visible?
Yes, yes, now it is
Hello?
visible. Yes, yes, now it is visible.
Oh. Okay. So I have shown you citation. I think you have not seen it, this slide, right? This is the citation. This is the Google Scholar website. This is the site score. How to calculate site score? I have told you that is number of citation in all items published in 2015 to 2016, that is 3 years, 2015, 16, 17, then number of all items published in 2015, 2017. Citation by total number of publication in a particular journal. So site score is just by division. If it is 1,14,639 is the total citation in the stipulated period of time, that is divided by the number of total article published in a particular journal, 7860 in a 3-year duration, then after division you are getting that's 14.59. That is the site score of a particular journal. So journal impact factor, as I have already mentioned, this is very crucial thing. Journal impact factor, this is a specific area, specific journal metrics. There are different journal metrics available, as I have already mentioned, that is SJR, SNIP, that is Imago journal ranking, source normalized impact factor, all are there. But we are much more familiar with the impact factor. Impact factor varies particularly, impact factor depends on particular thing, that not always that high impact factor and low impact factor, that doesn't signify this is a very good journal and this is a bad journal or average journal. Not always it signifies. Depending on the discipline, like in a particular discipline, if you go for bio-related, biosensor, etc., paper, chemistry, chemical engineering, you will find very high impact factor, 40, 50. Whether for particularly electronics technology journals are having very low impact factor. 5, 7, 8 is the maximum. So it depends on the discipline also. So calculation of impact factor, if we calculate the impact factor for a journal in the year 2017, the calculation will be as follows. That is citation in 2016 plus citation in 2015 divided by publication, total number of publication in particular journal in 2016, total number of publication in particular journal in 2015. Now citation in 2016 and 15 say it is 3238 and 4170. So add it, and total number of publication in 2016 and 2015 say 880 and 902. Add it, it is coming 7408 and 1782. So just divide it, that is 4.157. If you go for open access journals are having very high impact factor. Why? Because the citation is much more, because people are having, it is open access journal, easily accessible. All the researchers or scientist fraternity are assessing those journals, and those journals are much more cited than other hybrid mode journal. Open access journals are much more cited than hybrid mode journal. So that's why if you observe carefully, you will find the impact factor of open access journal is very, very high compared to hybrid mode journal. So that doesn't signify that journal is very good. And the 7-8 impact factor journal is very low or average. That doesn't always signify. This is the formula of calculating the impact factor. So impact factor, some shortcomings are there. That is, citation pattern is discipline specific. There is a particular time span. Citation frequency is also there. Some slipping beauty. Slipping beauty is
Excuse me, madam, you are not audible.
This is the article influence score, that is journal's eigenfactor score for 5 years by number of articles in the journal. So number of what is eigenfactor? I will tell you in our latest slide, upcoming slides. So this is the web address of eigenfactor.org where you can learn about it and may take a note about this website. So this is the article influence score. So there, I have told you that research metrics not only impact factor, depends on impact factor. There are so many metrics available. Some journals are having some metrics very prominent, some metrics poor. It depends. Next is site score versus impact factor. If we consider this parameter, that is evaluation period, database access, evaluation item value, then site score and journal impact factor. Journal impact factor calculated on basis of 2 years. Site score is calculated on the basis of 3 years. Journal impact factor actually Web of Science data, that is Clarivate data. Site score particularly Scopus data. Journal impact factor is actually depends on the subscribers based, and site score is open to all. Evaluated item for site score is all publication, any type of minor item, notes, tutorial, lecture notes, etc. All type of publications are being considered to calculate the site score, whereas for impact factor, not all articles, but very relevant research publication, that is article, review, conference paper being considered in IF. So that's why this research fraternity is very giving the emphasis on impact factor than site score. And value is more for impact factor, obviously, compared to site score. Then SNIP, source normalized impact per paper. This SNIP, source normalized impact per paper, is another research metric that is the indicator of the citation impact of scientific journals. And it is introduced in 2010 and depends on Elsevier Scopus database. SNIP indicator uses a source normalized approach to correct for differences in citation practices. SNIP developed and calculated for all journals indexed in Elsevier Scopus, particularly SNIP calculates the Scopus database. SNIP measures sources contextual citation impact, and it is like site score, that is 3-year citation window. It is totally based on Scopus data. Includes only articles, conference papers, and review. SNIP, another research matrix. So how to calculate SNIP? That is raw impact paper, that's RIP divided by this database citation potential. And what is this RIP? RIP is nothing but the number of citation by number of publication in a stipulated period of time. So, and DCP is the calculation of 1/3 into 1 by P1R1 plus 1 by P2R2 plus 1 by PNRE. N is the number of publication. RI is the number of active reference available, and PI is PI is 1 for each citing publication. So P1, P2 up to Pn for each citation is considered as 1. And number of active reference is the R. So this is the, the formula is little bit complex. So based on that, journal agency do this calculation. Some coding concept is there. This is auto-generated, system-generated rather, and the SNIP will calculate it. So SNIP equals to RIP by DCP. I can show you one example. That is, number of publication of X journal is 10 and number of citation is 120 from that particular journal in particular period of time, and number of active reference per citing publication is 6. Then SNIP is RIP by DCP as RIP is nothing but 120 by 10, that is 12, and DCP equals to 1/3 into 120 by 120 into 1 by 6, that is 2 DCP. And SNIP equals to 12 by 2, that is 6. The source normalized impact per paper is 6. So these are the formulas. Now, research fraternity is very much familiar with this term, that is SJR, Scimago Journal Rank. So SJR indicator is a measure of scientific influence of scholarly journals that covers both the number of citations received by a journal and the importance of the journal where such citations come from. Source of this SJR, that is Scimago Journal Rank, is WOS, Web of Science, citation time frame 3 years, journal self-citation limited, and the citation value is weighted. So this SGR is based on the transfer of prestige from a journal to another one. Such prestige is transferred through the references that the journal do to the rest of the journals and to itself. If you're writing a paper and you are submitting to a particular journal and you are giving the references 20, say, from other journals, and a particular journal, say in your publication, in your present paper, a particular journal, say you have given the references from that particular journal 5. Some other, your peers has given the references 4. Other peers has given the references 6. Whereas, if you take the references from some Y journal, I have already told X. Some Y journals, if you are putting the references from that journal 1, your peer is also putting 1, another of your peer is also putting 1 reference from that particular journal, then Scimago Journal Rank, SJR, is higher from the X journal than Y journal. It depends on the number of citation, how many citation you are covering from that particular journal. It depends from that reference citation. So these research metrics actually does not, one research metrics does not completely signify the quality of a journal. What I am trying to say repeatedly, that is SGR is very good, that means number of citation is good, that's why. Because why number of citation is good? Might be journal is open access. That's why the citation is good. Those are hybrid mode journals. People are not reaching out to those journals and the citation is less. Tobacco journal ranking might be less. So that does not signify the quality of journal is bad. So research fraternity should keep in mind this point. So impact per publication is another research matrix, that is IPP. This mode of measurement calculates the ratio of citations in a year Y to scholarly paper published in the 3 previous years. That is Y1, Y2, Y3. Divided by the number of scholarly paper published in those same years. So impact per publication is another research metrics. I have told you. This is, I am making you familiar all the research metrics available in the globe. So impact per publication, previously called RIP, that is, I have already shown you while calculating the SNIP, that is source normalized impact per paper. That is RIP. RIP, raw impact per publication. This RIP now termed as impact per publication. This R has been removed and is the average number of times the article published in the journal over a 3-year period. So somewhere you will find that 2018 journal published 300 publication. To 2019 it is 100 publication. And again 2020 it might be 200 publication. The journal particularly published. So for last 3 years, the total publication is 600. So this 600 publication, if you find the average, divided by 3. So average publication per year is 200, because 600 by 3 is 200. So in this way, impact per publication been calculated. It is similar to, it looks like that similar to impact factor. It is based on 3 years data, but impact factor based on 2 years data. That's why impact factor is continuously varying of a particular journal. Because this citation always may not be same for a particular year. So another is journal immediacy index. This is another research matrix. What is that? If you consider 2010, year 2010, so 2010 journal immediacy index, number of times article published in 2010 were cited by index journal during 2010. Total number of citable items published by that journal in 2010. This is the division. So journal immediacy index indicates how quickly articles in a journal are cited. So this is very good thing. That is, if you find the numerator, a question may arrive in your mind that in the same year, the number of times article published and the same year, number of that particular paper is being cited by other paper, other journal paper, not same journal, other journal paper, other index journal paper. So it might be surprising that same year publication and same year citation, how could it be possible? And that is the tricks of journal immediacy index. It indicates how quickly articles in a journal are cited. In my experience, 4 years back, I have a publication in IEEE Census Journal. And within 2 hours, the journal been cited by three papers, three other publications. So suddenly I got the mail within the publication of my journal, within 2 hours, it been cited by other three work. So this is the journal immediacy index. The rich gets richer. That is the eigenfactor. So eigenfactor is nothing but another research matrix. Journals are ranked according to the citation network. I mean, somewhere you will find someone is asking, you please cite my journal, cite my publication. So why they are asking to cite their publication in your journal? That is to increase the eigenfactor of the particular journal will increase. So journals are ranked according to the citation network. Number of citation increase means that journal is Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. So eigenfactor is nothing but the terminology used, that is the rich gets richer. That means number of citations more means this is already rich. So if the networking is very strong and the particular journal being cited by others, then the eigenfactor will increase drastically. So journals are ranked according to the citation network. Journals are influential when they are cited by other influential journals. The eigenfactor score of a journal is an estimate of the percentage of time that library users spend with that journal. I mean, if you follow a particular manuscript, it obviously comes associated with a journal. So the use time is also being calculated in the eigenfactor. If you use the journal, say if you open the journal and forgot to close the web page, okay, it is open throughout the day in your laptop or machine, then the system will consider that you are using this journal for 24 hours. And it will calculate the eigenfactor automatically increase. So this is the tricks they are using in calculations. This is the author level about the general coverage about the journal, what are the research metrics being considered. And now I am telling you the author, am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, actually, continuously phone calls are coming, so I'm not sure I am out or in. So till now, I have told you the research metrics. The author level metrics. Author level metrics is a standard for measurement of, evaluate an author. Author level metrics also based on citation metrics, the bibliometric impact of individual author, researcher, academics, and these metrics developed for academic journals can be reported at researcher level, such as author level eigenfactor, and the author impact factor is also available. So benefit of author level metrics, what is that? If you apply for a project research grant, they are asking what is the H index. Minimum H index required 12. Somewhere it is given. Minimum H index required 12 in some research grant, XYZ research grant. So if your H index is less than 12, you are not eligible to apply to that particular grant. So this is the benefit of author level metrics. So if your H index increased, then automatically your bibliometric impact will help us to be called for an invited speaker, consultancy, grant, career advancement, and also project. Author level metrics can be categorized as article level metrics, journal level metrics, H index, I10 index, G index, all metrics and others, and scientometrics. So let us see. This there are several measures of author impact. Total number of publication the author is having, total number of citation for all publications, that is totally linked with H index. Citation is totally linked with H index. Average number of citation per year, number of citation for a particular publication. The paper being cited, say 500 times, or another paper of yours say cited 15 times. It depends. Depends on not only the quality of the paper, also if it is open access. If your paper is not so good, not so good paper, but it is published in open access, then your citation is much more than some quality paper. So number of downloads also impact author level metrics. If your paper being downloaded by others multiple times, that also been calculated. How many times the other researchers been downloaded your paper? Number of requests for the article. Two research of full paper articles. So that also been calculated by the system. So whatever you're doing, each and every point, each and everything being observed, and somehow it is taken into consideration and into calculation of for scoring some particular research metrics. So these are the journal level metrics. Already I have mentioned, that is journal impact factor, Scimago journal ranking, and others. Let it be a recap. Then Scimago journal uses Scopus database to compare journals. It is freely available in the web. And SGR Scimago journal rank is a measure of scientific influence of scholarly journals. I have already mentioned, I am skipping this slide. H index is a very popular metric for an individual and also for journal, obviously. An index to quantify an individual. What is that? an entity has an H index value of Y if the entity has Y publications that have all been cited at least Y times. If you have 5 publications and for author individuals H index calculation, I am telling you, if you have say 20 publications and if you have 20 citations, not any particular publication I am talking about, 20 publication total and 20 citation total, then your H index will be calculated. Individual H index. Thus, the H index reflects both the number of publications and the number of citations per publication, both. The index is designed to improve upon the simpler measures such as total number of citations or publication. So, number of citation increased means H index will be much more. So, as of now, we have seen that all depends on the citation report, the system that is considering the citation. Number of citation much more means your H index is good. Journal impact factor is higher. Your citation is not that the quality of work is not satisfactory or not so good. That does not indicate if someone having H index 5, someone having H index 20, that does not signify that H index 5, the quality or the potentiality of a research is bad compared to H index having 20. So, if a researcher has H index 25 and if 25 of their papers have been cited at least 25 times, then H index is 25. So, H index shortcoming, obviously, every system has some pros and cons. H index shortcomings is early career researchers have low H index, obviously, because they have less number of publication, obviously less number of citation. And sleeping beauties. Sleeping beauties, what is that? Say, someone completed, someone did some very good publication in 2020, from 2010 to 2020. From 2020 to 2025, there is no significant publications, but your H index is showing say 25. Whereas someone is doing good, average or good number of publications in every year in a very good journal, but the citation is not so good for those journals because they are not open access. Somewhere it is not accessible by everybody because some institution, some government institution, those are having the all access to the all, India Science Direct, all are having, but some institutions other than university might not be having those citation database indexing approach. Okay, so that is the point. Open access journal published by 2020, someone has published numbers of open access journal, but someone is publishing very good number of journal, but not open access. And H index, after 2015 or after 2020, the researcher stopped working. Still, his or her H index is showing 25, 30, 32. But the researcher, those who are having a consistent publication throughout the years in a good journal, might be H index is having 15. So that is the sleeping beauties. The balance between number of publications versus number of citations each receives. 5 articles published, each cited 5 times, that means H index 5. 2 articles published, each cited 20 times, that means H index 2. Next terminology is I-10 index. All you will find in a Google Scholar account. H index, I-10 index. It is individual database. I-10 index is nothing but the is totally depends on Google Scholar database. It calculates the number of academic publications and written have at least 10 citations from other. Number of academic publications of an author with at least 10 citations from others. That reflects I-10 index. If you journal might not be, say, 8 citation, most of them are 8 citation, your I-10 index will be poor. Whereas someone is having, somewhere it is 25, somewhere it is 0, somewhere it is, your I-10 index will be good. So it all depends on citation database. Another is G index. Harzing's Publish and Perish manual explains the G index is publish and perish is another research matrix. I will tell you in my coming slide. That is, G index is calculated based on a distribution of citations received by a given researcher's publication. I mean, a particular manuscript of a particular researcher being cited by 10 different journals, then your G10 index will increase. If an author is having G10 index of 20, means the author has published 20 that combined have received at least 400 citations. So this G index, actually we are familiar with this G index, but for the sake of your knowledge, I have put this G index here. Another one is all metrics, another research metrics. That is, all metrics is the creation and study of new metrics based on the social media tools for analyzing and informing scholarship. So all metrics, previously it was actually the terminology comes from alternative metrics, has emerged due to the limitations of traditional citation metrics such as the impact factor, providing complementary evidence of research impact, etc. If you put some of your publication in Facebook, in LinkedIn, all metrics will consider all things because all those are social media tools. So it is now, if you have an account or profile with any social network service like Facebook, academia.edu, etc., even LinkedIn, you will be familiar with likes, downloads, views, shares, and similar indications of interest in your activity. So all metrics are booming. It will come it will come in upcoming years. So all metrics pros and cons, if you find advantages are which impact can be assessed in real time. I mean, you already seen that site score depends on 3-year citation. Impact factor depends on 2-year citation and 2-year publication. Whereas all metrics is the real-time data. If any of your publication 200 likes, your metrics data citation index will increase drastically. So it depends on social tool. This is very new actually. People are not familiar with it. Obviously, we'll get familiar by few years. And another advantage of all metrics is that it reaches beyond the academic fraternity because your friends all are connected through Facebook, all are doing. So your automatic increase. perish is another terminology. POP, that is public is Australia, scientist, program and presence in number is 18 I this is not very, this is very raw. In machine learning, all is the raw data and clean data. So Google is particularly based on the raw data, not clean data. Some is not. Your scientific depends on the collaboration. If you are collaborating with some other 50 researchers of our institute, not same institute, other department, they will not consider other. Then this scientometrics will increase automatically. All are automated. The collaboration is is the first research paper in the in the discipline published. Sorry, there is a huge network issue. That's why I am out. Intermittent exit is there. So I hope this is now visible and audible. So degrees of collaboration is nothing but the NM by NM plus NS. NM is the multi-authored paper and NS is the single-authored paper. So multi-authored paper is much more. That signifies that your degrees of collaboration is much more. And these degrees of collaboration is will increase your scientometric that I have just shown you in my our earlier slide. Scientometric depends on degrees of collaboration. So this is another web interface, that is Indian Citation Index web interface, www.indiancitationindex.com. You can create an account there and it might increase your, the author's indexing might increase. This Indian Citation Index, you have to create an account, register, then create an account, then you do the login and you can find your paper or you can put it manually also. This is the Indian Citation Index database. So benefits of ICI index database, that is a comprehensive research and evaluation only literature, helps to measure and analyze individual, institutional, regional, and national R&D output for strategic planning. Actually, through ICI, you can identify or you can, evaluate some organization in your nation, in India, that how do they working, how the people of that particular, researcher community, faculty, students, whatever, are working, doing their research. This type of report, if someone is interested, can collect from this ICI, Indian Citation Index database. And also it provides a boost to Indian publishing industry and global level. That is how many publications from India in a particular year, how many publications from other countries in a particular year. This type of comparison or database could be maintained through this ICI database. Products of ICI, Indian Science Citation Index, Indian Health Science Citation Index, etc. Directory of Indian R&D Journal, that is DOIG. Some journals are indexed in DOIG. We are much more familiar with this DOIG term rather than others. IJCR also, we are much more familiar. That is Indian Journal Citation Report. So now the term article ranking. Article ranking, there are so many types of article ranking, F1000, Scopus, POP, WS. Already I have told you about the Scopus and POP, publish or perish. So with that, there are so many, actually, the citation report provides the citation report from WS provides the aggregate citation statistics for a set of search results. Total number of times of all items have been cited, average number of times, etc., etc. And citation overview from Scopus, that is citation overview results page list document that cited the document you selected from the citation overview. Citation overview from Scopus, that is, you can include up to 5,000 documents in a citation tracker. If you select more than 5,000, only the first 5,000 are included. So publish and perish term is actually aphorism describing the pressure to publish academic work in order to succeed in an academic career. This is a software program that retrieves and analyzes academic citations. It obviously uses the raw data of Google Scholar to obtain the raw citations, then analyzes this and presents the following statistics. That is total number of paper of particular individual, total number of citations of a particular individual, etc., etc. So not India actually being considered. In India, there is no research community is not familiar with this POP. F1000 factors. This F1000 article factor is calculated from the highest rating awarded by a faculty member plus an increment for each additional rating from other faculty members. So this is F1000 factors is not also not much, prominent in India, but in other countries, these F1000 factors being considered. For example, a single article that has been evaluated by 3 faculty members who rated is recommended must read will have its FFA calculated in this way. Exceptional, rating exceptional, must read, recommended. Exceptional value is 10, must read is 8, and recommended is 6. And exceptional is increment for each additional rating from other FMs. if you get one exceptional comment, then your increment will be 3. You are having 10, your rating will be 13. If you are having 10, if you get must read, then your rating will be 2. Actually, all are the back-end calculation. We can't follow this type of calculation. We can't observe what is going on. If we download a journal paper, if we follow a journal paper, if we even open a journal paper for 5 minutes, their citation index will increase. So might be always about. So which metric tool should we consider? Some pros and cons are there. Duplicate publication. This is avoided. Duplicate publication is the publication of a paper that is substantially similar to a published paper by some other author. That is the duplicate publication. That is very high chance of plagiarism. So this should be avoided, duplicate publication. Duplicate publication might not be the total paper copy. Duplicate publication, you might have some portion of the paper is being copied. Or duplicate publication, see, some journal paper has given introduction, then state of the art, then etc. etc. These are the heading. You have followed exactly the same headings, etc. 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 Same type of writing you have given there in your present one by seeing some other papers. So that is also fall under the category of duplicate publication. Might be your result is different, might be your pictorial representation is different, but you have copied the writing style totally 100%, copied the style of some other papers, the caption writing style, table heading style, etc. 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 That is also fall under the category of duplicate publication, and this might hamper your research. Goodwill. So you should be aware about it. Simultaneous publication means at a time we are submitting to 2 different journals. Somewhere you may find some researchers are there. Whether I am not sure that this journal will accept my paper, it will take a lot of time. Might be after that, if it is, then I will submit this paper to some other journal. This might take 1 year. I need some journal publication by next 6 months. Then submit it to different journals. Just change the abstract, change the title of the journal paper, submit it to different journals. This is simultaneous publication, is also a crime. This should be avoided. So duplicate and simultaneous publication all are related to ethical research, ethical issue, research ethics issue. This should be avoided. So all are requirements for metrics, ORCID ID, Focus ID, Research or Popular ID, Google Scholar ID. Recreation and do all this they are asking, and you get your answer. Then some database, actually, what is citation data? Citation database are the collection of reference article, books, other materials entered into an online system. So I have told you that if you open a journal paper for 5 minutes, the system will calculate the usage time also. That is also been included in the citation database. But the user might not be aware about it. So citation database, we are much more familiar with Google Scholar. Why not just use Google or Google Scholar? Searching on Google, the similar internal search engine will return at least a few sources of almost any topic, but finding high quality, reliable, and most very good paper is less likely somewhere in Google Scholar. Google is an internet search engine, and it always fits the clean data, not the sophisticated data. And there are many peer-reviewed scholarly articles that do not appear on open websites, so they cannot be searched by the Google due to subscription requirements. So that is the issue. By comparison, Google Scholar provides a simple way to broadly search for scholarly details. Broad searching we can do through Google Scholar, but keen searching, we have to go to Scopus, we have to search to Web of Science, etc., etc. So there are so many citations that Google Scholar. There is a comparison which one is better, etc., etc. And this is written over there. You may go through it. If you are interested, you may ask me. I will send you later. But the scope is limited now. It will take longer time to complete all the details. Now the term plagiarism is the unauthorized use of parts of a particular article, any part of the total article. That is plagiarism. If you collect a figure from an article that might be without giving the proper citation, even you have to take the permission from journal publisher, not the particular author. You don't have to take the permission from a particular author. You have to take the permission of the particular journal, because the journal is now the owner of that manuscript, not the author. Because at the time of publication, they take the copyright from, signed copyright from the author, and author, it is written that they are giving the all the to the particular journal. So this is the issue. Plagiarism should be avoided. There are different types of plagiarism. Verbatim plagiarism. When one submits someone else's word, that is called verbatim. One line you have totally copied without changing any word. That is called verbatim. Mosaic plagiarism. In this type of plagiarism, each word is not copied, but involves mixing words, own words, someone else, ideas and opinions. From this manuscript, you have taken this part of the sentence, someone taken that. This part of the sentence, that is called mosaic plagiarism. All is being identified by the plagiarism checker. Good quality plagiarism checker, not open access plagiarism checker. Paraphrasing is another type of plagiarism. If you take someone literature, put it in your journal, AI detector will definitely recognize it, and your paper will be rejected then and there, within that very 2-3 days. So paraphrasing, some may think that paraphrasing, I have paraphrased, the line is not same, not that. AI detector will check, and this is also a part of plagiarism. My own sentences I have taken from my for my some other journal paper writing. That is called self-plagiarism. That is all part of plagiarism issue. Cyber plagiarism, copying or downloading in part or in their entirely articles or research paper, that is called cyber plagiarism. This is unethical. Image plagiarism, if you take image, video without changing anything from the other journal, that is called image plagiarism. Now the thing is data duplication. All are related to research metrics. Data duplication occurs when an exact copy of the data is created. So might be data, might be some data not only, actually the plagiarism mainly related to the, wholesome. I mean, the total table has been taken out from our journals, other journals, etc. Lines, figures, schematic, etc. Our data duplication is taken the data from some other journal without concerning the publisher. You may take the data from other journal, but you have to take the permission from the journal publisher. There is no how. You can take it. Okay. They might charge some currency, might be 20,000, 25,000, 50,000. They might charge. But there should be a letter from the journal publisher that they given you the consent to use that particular data. Even self data duplication is not also considered. So, type of data duplication sequences, same sequence of data put, similar sequences, exact fragments, same fragmented data you have taken from elsewhere, etc. Now I am going from some journal suggestion tool. This journal suggestion tool, this is the, actually the time is very limited. So these are the best journal finding tools. That is, it has journal selector, Elsevier journal finder, then EndNote manuscript matcher, IEEE publication recommender. I am just telling you the names because this requires a separate workshop to show you all this stuff. EndNote manuscript matcher, IEEE publication recommender, then journal author name estimator, that is PubMed to this, SJ finder. All these are journal searching tool or journal selector tool. Then journal guide is there. Then publish or flourish, open access journal finder is also there. So there, this might require a separate workshop to tell you in detail about this journal search engine. Spring journal suggested is also there. Think, check, submit, another journal suggested. Think, check, submit. How to improve the visibility and impact of your research. I have already shown you, that is Insights, Allmetrics, Scopus, IRIS, Institutional Research Information System. And in India, that is IRINS, Institutional Research Information System. In India, this is IRINS. So all these are sources of research metrics through which you can improve the visibility and impact of your research. Somewhere it is also there, resurgence is also there, visibility of research could be increased. somewhere it may be automatic, somewhere you might have to put all your data manually. So it's better to give all the updates to this research sources, to these sources, so that your visibility could be improved. Further, this is to increase your scientometric, that is Facebook, LinkedIn, researches, all are there. University ranking metrics, importance of research, QS ranking, all are there. So routine for success, before submitting a paper, you must, this is early career researcher I am telling about, that is you should have an ORCID ID, please create it, where to submit, consider journal ranking, open access, funding, etc. About open access, you should be familiar, which repository, what to upload. Preparing your research keywords, the title is very, very vital. 2-3 keywords used at start of the title. Do not use acronyms. And Google truncates titles to 55 to 60 characters. So keep it under 15 words. Otherwise, your paper will not be indexed in Google Scholar. So not only keywords, but format it properly. Announce your research, social media, blogs, listserv, ResearchGate, LinkedIn, etc. Mainly conferences and talks. You show your research in your slide. YouTube is also there. Personal website, you please create your personal website to show your research. So journal quality, I have already mentioned. So this is the summary, that is remembering that the key measuring tools only gather data from the journals. The index, author naming inconsistencies can lead to missed citation. That means somewhere say the name is there, Moinak Roy. So somewhere it is written Moinak Roy, somewhere it is written M. Roy, M. Roy. So this might create ambiguity, and also it will reduce the author's impact level. So citation culture varies across discipline and not be comparable. That's why technology journals generally having low impact factor than others. Publication culture, you should inculcate the publication culture, that some researchers are having PhD with good journals, but after no paper. So this shouldn't be done. This culture should be inculcated in every day. Research careers have different stages. Author metrics impact does not always equal to excellence. Scholarly communication is evolving beyond the citation. Factors affecting citation rate include type of article, etc. If there is any question, please feel free to ask me. Over to coordinator. Over to coordinator.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
For your knowledgeable lecture. And thank you all participants. Now, Uh, yes. Uh, certificate is visible. Hello. Actually, this certificate is not visible here. I am showing a certificate for madam. Uh, hello. Thank you all participants. But due to some network problem, uh, it's not possible to share the certificate at this moment.
Okay, thank you, everybody. I am leaving the session.
Okay, thank you, madam. Your certificate ready, but some network problem occurs. The screen is not visible there. So it is not possible to show the certificate at this moment. Thank you for the knowledgeable lecture. Certificate is delivered.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, all participants, thank you. Thank you, madam, very much. So the meeting, so the session is ended now. Next session will started after lunch.